Hello class and welcome to chapter 7. In this lecture we're going to be talking about strategy formation, specifically the Boston Consulting Group Matrix or BCG Matrix. So let's get started. As mentioned in chapter 6, the BCG Matrix is a portfolio analysis tool which helps organizations to review their product lines and business units in a more structured manner and develop a strategy that relates to each of them. They are called generic strategies because they are strategies that can apply across any number of organizations and across any number of product lines. The BCG matrix has two axes, one for growth and one for market share. And you want to simply look at that product, department, unit, or category and determine whether it is high or low market share or high or low growth rate. Depending on whether it is high on both or low on both or high on growth and low on market share will tell you which quadrant it fits into. Let's take a quick look. If a product has high relative market share but low market growth, then it would be considered a cash cow. High market share, low growth rate. It matches in this quadrant here. If a product has high growth rate but low market share, that will be considered a question mark. As you can see, low market share yet high growth rate, and you can see where those two quadrants intersect. As a reminder, the strategy that goes along with each of these quadrants differs slightly. Star, for example, is a product where you want to continue to invest more money and resources behind and try to get that product or department to maximize its growth or its potential to the organization. A cash cow is a product that you're doing very well in. It's leader in the marketplace. It's generating a lot of cash and revenue. You want to take and invest that money either into a question mark or into a star. A dog is something where there's low market share, there's low market growth rate. In many cases, you want to consider divesting of this product. Be careful, not every time you want to divest the product, because the product may have other side benefits of the company which are also important. And then when you have low market share and high growth rate, that's a question mark. The question here is, should the company invest more money into it, hoping that product will turn to a star, or should the company consider defunding that product and perhaps even divesting of it altogether? The BCG matrix also has its own sets of limitations. For example, some argue that simply having two categories that you measure products against is too simplistic, while others argue that the growth rate is just one aspect of industry attractiveness. You may want to look at other things. And yet, still again, some people argue that the model is too simple because it doesn't adequately factor in competition. While the model definitely has its limitations, it's important to note that this is a very useful tool in helping to develop initial strategies that organizations can implement. That takes care of for this lecture. If you have any questions, be sure to email them to me, or if we have physical class, bring them to class. Thank you and take care.